Obviously, we see Brady and the Cowboys, and that's where I want to start with you, Chris Canty, Super Bowl champ in the building. For this matchup, will the focus be a Tom Brady repeat or a Dak Prescott revenge tour? What's the biggest storyline for you?
Molly, to me, it has to be Dak Prescott and him coming back from that ankle surgery. I mean, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, we know what it's going to be for them. With Drew Brees stepping out of the NFC South, I mean, it's going to be a much more easier path for them
Well, you start
in order
right
to
in.
get
First
in
thing.
order to get to the Super Bowl. They're bringing everybody back, like Bruce Arians said. They're not running it back. They're going for two. We know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be there in the end. But the questions are surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. How is Dak going to look coming off of that surgery? They put to bed the distraction of him getting that contract. They're paying him $40 million a year. And let me tell you something, Max. Jerry Jones ain't doing that just for the sake of saying he's got one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the National Football League. He's doing that because he believes that this team has the opportunity to contend for a championship.
boy.
And with the NFC East being in the state that it's in, I could understand that. But the thing that I'm most intrigued by the Dallas Cowboys is seeing whether or not Dan Quinn can fix that defense, because we're going to find out in a hurry with the Bucs. I mean, the Cowboys were historically bad on that side of the ball. They allowed a franchise worst number of points. So even if that defense isn't one of the top defenses, if they can just be average, I think the Dallas Cowboys have a real opportunity to contend, not just win the division, but to contend for a championship. So I think that's the thing that I'm most interested in seeing week one with this matchup, seeing what Dak Prescott can be, but also seeing whether or not they got that defense fit.
Every year, the Cowboys have a pretty good draft to a 500-ish team, and every year, cats who should know better, not only in the media but played the game for a long time, fall for it. Like, it's a sucker bet, the Cowboys. The Cowboys? I saw when Dak was flying high before he got hurt, and the division was terrible. And before, it was the worst defense ever. You know what they did? They went 8-8 and missed the playoffs. Now, those Cowboys. And then last year, the division got even worse. So did the Cowboys defense. So let's say the Cowboys defense gets better, and here comes Dak. There they are, 8-8 again. Maybe 9-7. Get out of here with that Cowboys stuff. Clearly, the most interesting thing here in this game is Tom Brady and the Bucs. The Bucs are like the new Patriots, and Brady's branding is perfect. He played this perfectly because the New England Patriots' weapons were getting less and less, their offense less and less potent. He was like, all right, had him trade the backup quarterback, Garoppolo, okay, see you later, left the cupboard bare, and then said, you know what? I'm out of here too. Where do you want to go? To the most loaded roster, the most loaded one, please. He goes down there. They win the Super Bowl, and now the Patriots way looks like the Tom Brady way, right? We feel about the Bucs in the preseason the way we used to feel about the Patriots. Think about this. This dude is entering his age 44 season.
That's crazy.
He's entering his age 44. The reason I made the Cliff prediction is because no one had ever been that at 41. He's the defending Super Bowl champion. Wait a minute. They brought back the whole team, Molly.
Yeah, all 22. That's unheard of after a Super Bowl.
They're going to be AB is like in the swing of things now. AB is in the conversation for best receiver ever. Maybe he's still in his prime. Who knows? He looked pretty good in the Super Bowl, didn't he? No, the story here is not Dak Prescott and the typically overrated Cowboys. It's the defending champion Tampa Bay Bucs with 44-year-old Tom Brady going for his 8th ring.
And no Drew Brees in the division either.
No Drew
That's
Brees
nice
in
for
the
him.
division, Molly. But here's the thing. I thought Stephen A. was the only Cowboys hater on this show. I'm just finding out that Max is also a Cowboys hater. First of all, I started with the Dallas Cowboys.
Where'd you win your Super Bowl?
With the Giants. Also got paid there, so I got some allegiance to Big Blue.
Dog, you're not 60 years old, so I know you didn't play for the Cowboys when they won a Super Bowl.
Stop it. There you go. But here's the thing, Max. We already know what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be. How is that interesting? We know the Buccaneers are going to be a championship contender. It's one of the most complete rosters in the NFL. And going back to the point you made about Tom Brady leaving New England, don't get it twisted. Tom Brady didn't make that decision. The Patriots organization made that decision for him, and he just picked the best landing spot. But that being said, I mean, they've got 22 starters returning and Antonio Brown. So there's no mystery.
No, it's unreal.
There's no mystery with what the Bucs are going to be.
Go to the Cowboys. What are this Cowboys squad? What are they going to be?
I think they have the opportunity to be a championship contending team, but it just depends on what their defense is going to be. Listen, a lot of what we saw,
Championship
a lot of what
contending, like NFC East championship or like Lombardi?
Molly, I'm talking about them winning the division and winning a playoff game, maybe two, just depending on how things break.
Playoff game,
I mean, if
Chris, 2 years ago,
Max,
NFC
No. Let him wait. I want to
Max,
hear
let
what the Cowboys. Let him finish up the Cowboys.
First of all, we know what the floor for this team is when Dak Prescott is healthy. It's 8-8. That's the reality of it. When he's healthy, and last year, before he got hurt, he was playing at an MVP caliber level. The guy was throwing for 370 yards a game.
They were playing from behind a lot.
They were playing from behind a lot, but here's the thing. The issues that they had on the offensive line, that's probably not going to be an issue this year because you're expecting Tyron Smith and La'el Collins to come back healthy. And you couple them with Zach Martin, now you have the makings of a really good offensive line, which is exactly what you want for your quarterback coming off of an ankle injury. And let's remember this. When the Cowboys were a double-digit win team with Dak and Zeke on this squad, they were controlling time of possession. They were being able to establish and win the line of scrimmage and dictate the complexion of the game. They got to get back to that formula, Molly. And if they do, coupled with the defense making some improvement, then yeah, I believe that this team is not only capable of winning the division, but actually doing some damage in the playoffs.
This is the problem with the Cowboys. This is what happens. They get out of proportion media coverage. You know why? We know it rates. The media knows the Cowboys rate. So we pay attention to them. And because they usually have pretty good drafts, it's not like they're a terrible team. They're usually a mid-pack team, even maybe high average. But we've invested so much time following them. Most teams have a lot of good players. We're just more aware of the good players on the Cowboys. But I will get back to the fact that 2 years ago, they had a ton of talent on offense and defense, and they had that whole offensive line. They don't have the whole offensive line anymore. This isn't your slightly older brother's offensive line, right, which was the dominant one in the NFL. It's not.
They got a lot of miles on that offense.
They got a lot of miles. They have one guy who's not there. Like, it's not the same as it used to be exactly when they drafted 4 out of 5 years first-round offensive linemen. So that's depreciated a little. Zeke got paid. It didn't look the same since he got paid.
What you saying? That money is slowing him down? All that money in his pocket?
Let's be honest. It's weighing him down. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.